Tom Brady and Bridget Moynahan are back in headlines together, not because of a romance update, not because of a public dispute, and not because of anything controversial. This time, the reason is their son, Jack. The former couple reunited publicly to celebrate Jack's high school graduation, a milestone Brady called one of the proudest days of his life. The photo that drew attention showed Brady and Moynahan standing on either side of their 18-year-old son, smiling as he held his diploma in a maroon cap and gown. The unanswered question is why this moment is getting so much attention. Part of it is simple celebrity interest. Tom Brady remains one of the most recognizable athletes in the world. Bridget Moynahan is a longtime actress known for Blue Bloods, John Wick, and years of public attention around her family life. But the deeper reason is that Jack's graduation brings together a story that has unfolded publicly for nearly 2 decades, a past relationship, a pregnancy announced after a breakup, a blended family, and a co-parenting arrangement that both parents have repeatedly tried to frame around support. For verified entertainment updates without the rumors, subscribe to Startline Entertainment. The latest update came through Brady's Instagram photos from Jack's graduation celebration. The images included Jack with his parents, Jack with his younger siblings Benjamin and Vivian, and Jack with his paternal grandparents, Tom Sr. and Galynn. The post was not just a graduation photo dump. Brady wrote a long tribute to his eldest child, praising Jack's character, his kindness, his role as a brother and friend, and the way he shows up for people when no one is watching. That wording matters because Brady did not present the milestone as a sports story. He did not make the moment about whether Jack will follow him into football, whether he will pursue athletics, or whether he will step into any public career. Instead, the focus was on who Jack is becoming as a person. Jack, whose full name is John Jack Edward Thomas, was born in 2007. Brady shares him with Bridget Moynahan. Brady also shares 2 younger children, Benjamin and Vivian, with his former wife, Gisele Bündchen. In the graduation photos, Benjamin and Vivian were part of the celebration too, showing that the milestone was not just a father-son moment. It was a family moment across a complicated but long-established blended family structure. The public history behind this moment goes back to 2006. Brady and Moynahan dated for nearly 3 years before their relationship ended. Moynahan's pregnancy became public after their breakup, during a period when Brady had already begun a relationship with Gisele Bündchen. That timeline created years of media attention, but over time the public story shifted away from breakup drama and toward co-parenting. Moynahan has previously said that she and Brady made a decision to raise their son together, and that both later found partners who supported and loved Jack. That comment has become one of the key public explanations for how the family handled a situation that began under intense scrutiny. It is also why Jack's graduation photo carries more weight than a normal celebrity family post. For viewers who remember the early coverage, the image represents a long arc from public complication to public cooperation. There is no confirmed sign that this graduation moment suggests anything romantic between Brady and Moynahan. That is important. Reuniting at a child's graduation is not the same thing as reconciling romantically. The verified update is that they came together as parents to celebrate their son. Anything beyond that would be speculation. What stands out is how restrained and positive the public moment was. Brady was dressed in a blue suit. Moynahan wore a white and blue striped dress. Jack stood between them in his graduation cap and gown, holding his diploma. The visual message was simple. Both parents were there. The timing also connects to earlier public comments from Moynahan. In 2025, she said she was taking a short break from acting after Blue Bloods wrapped because she had a teen son who was approaching high school graduation. She described leaning into that season of motherhood and helping Jack think through his future. At the time, she also made clear that she did not want to pressure Jack into doing what she does or what his father does. That detail helps explain the emotional importance of the graduation. For Moynahan, this was not just another public appearance. It was a milestone she had already described as important enough to slow down for. For Brady, it was also a moment he had been building toward publicly. Just days before the graduation celebration, he shared family photos marking the start of summer and wrote that he could not wait to celebrate Jack's graduation. Jack has been visible in occasional family posts, but both parents have generally kept the public conversation about him respectful and limited. When he is mentioned, it is usually in the context of family, sports, school, or major milestones. Brady has spoken about supporting his children while also trying to keep the attention focused on them rather than on himself. In one public appearance, he joked that his kids sometimes want him to stay away from the center of attention at their events, and he said he understands that the focus should be on the kids. That is one reason this graduation story works best as a family update, not a gossip story. The most important development is not that Brady and Moynahan stood together in a photo. The most important development is that their son reached a major life milestone, and both parents showed up publicly in support. There is also a sports angle, but it should be handled carefully. Jack has been seen with Brady at sporting events and in athletic settings. Past reports have noted his interest in basketball, golf, soccer, and other sports. Brady has joked about his son's athletic growth and has said he wants Jack to know his father has his back. Moynahan has also said Jack is still figuring out what he wants to do, and that uncertainty is normal. That is the more responsible frame. Jack is 18, and while he is the son of two public figures, his future should not be narrated as if it has already been decided. He may choose sports, he may choose something else, he may stay mostly private. The public record does not confirm his next step after graduation, and the graduation post itself does not announce a college, career, team, or public plan. The co-parenting context is what gives the story its emotional pull. Brady and Moynahan's relationship did not end quietly in the public eye, but the public comments that followed over the years have generally emphasized support, maturity, and the idea that Jack was surrounded by love. Moynahan's previous comments about raising him with Brady, Brady's public praise for Jack, and the presence of siblings and grandparents at the graduation all point to the same current status. The family showed up around Jack's milestone. The story also lands differently because Brady's post came after major life changes for everyone involved. Brady retired from the NFL after one of the most decorated careers in sports history. He and Gisele Bündchen divorced in 2022. Moynahan's long run on Blue Bloods ended in 2024. Jack's graduation now marks another transition point, this time for the next generation rather than the famous parents. But again, the verified update is narrower than the speculation around it. Brady and Moynahan reunited for their son's graduation. Brady shared photos and a tribute. Moynahan appeared in the family photo. Jack graduated high school. His siblings and grandparents were part of the celebration, and Brady framed the moment as a beginning, not an ending. That last idea is central to the post. Brady's message to Jack encouraged him to take risks, be kind, be himself, and know that his family and friends are behind him. It was the kind of message many parents give at graduation, but because it came from Tom Brady, and because Bridget Moynahan appeared beside him, the moment became a celebrity story. The Startline takeaway is that this is not a scandal story. It is not a breakup story. It is not a secret reconciliation story. It is a co-parenting and family milestone story. The headline is simple because the event is simple. Two parents came together to celebrate their son graduating high school. What changed is that Jack has now crossed a major public milestone, and Brady chose to share that moment with a tribute that focused on character rather than celebrity. What remains unclear is what Jack will do next. There has been public discussion of sports, school, and future plans, but no fully confirmed post-graduation path has been announced in the sources checked. For now, the clearest confirmed status is this: Tom Brady and Bridget Moynahan reunited publicly at Jack's high school graduation. Brady shared the family moment online, and the story is being received as another example of a blended celebrity family showing up for a child's milestone after years of public attention. In the end, the photo works because it does not need to overstate anything. It shows Brady, Moynahan, and Jack in the same frame at a moment that belongs to Jack. After nearly 2 decades of public curiosity around how this family would grow, the latest update is not dramatic. It is quietly meaningful. A graduation, a proud father's message, a mother standing beside her son, and a family marking the start of whatever comes next.